Hello and welcome to your Thursday night mindset reset. I am Christine Parma and I'm here to give you a new perspective, a boost of motivation, and a mindset tweak to help you have more happiness and fulfillment in your life, and also to help you be very successful in creating a business that you love. So today's topic is all about bliss. Bliss, what is it? I wanted to talk about finding your personal bliss because, frankly, I think personal bliss is something that a lot of people think is unachievable, and it's something that a lot of people don't have in their life. And it's been on my mind a lot because I have just opened up the doors for registration to the Summer Bliss Business Challenge. Now, I think of bliss in a little bit different way than most people think of bliss. The definition of bliss, according to the dictionary, is extreme or supreme happiness, utter excitement, I guess, with your life. But the way I think about bliss is really finding that place in your life and that place in yourself where you are happy with the life you have. And by happiness, meaning that you feel like you have a meaningful life, that you're living a meaningful life. Welcome, Terry. It's so good to see you. And, I wanted to talk about this concept because I think it can be really easy to get out of touch with what actually makes you happy. So if you're just joining me, I'll just give you the quick lowdown on who I am. I'm Christine Parma, and I help ambitious mompreneurs to build their profitable, dream-fulfilling businesses without sacrificing everything that matters to them along the way. And you can find out more about me at christineparma.com. And of course, I want this to be a conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So definitely pop those in there. And if you're catching on the replay, you can also comment and I will come back and answer your questions or respond to your questions on the replay also. So bliss, I want to ask you, what does bliss mean to you? I just shared a little bit about, how I think about bliss. And about it, to me, being about leading a life that you feel is meaningful. And that's a very personal matter. What I think is meaningful may very well not be what you think is meaningful. So what does bliss mean to you? What's meaningful for you in your life? What gives your life meaning right now? I would love to hear comments on that. I'll share with you some things that I feel give my life meaning. I'm a mom and an entrepreneur, so maybe sometimes I use the word mompreneur to describe myself. And, both have motherhood and being an entrepreneur have their own sets of benefits and they have their own sets of challenges. And I feel like sometimes, as a mompreneur, it can be especially challenging, or a parentpreneur, if you're a dad too, it can be especially challenging to find a place where you actually feel happy, especially at the beginning when you're starting off your business, because you're juggling so many balls, you're wearing so many different hats. Sometimes you may feel really, really overwhelmed. But, so for me, finding my personal bliss involves expressing my creativity and expressing, making my contribution in the world through the work that I do. For me, if I weren't doing this, if I weren't helping people to create their signature programs and launch them and get themselves more visible, and to, helping moms to have more balance in their life and have more personal fulfillment and happiness while they're building their businesses, if I weren't doing that work, then there would be something missing in my life. I would feel like I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I wasn't fulfilling, I guess if you want to think about it this way, my soul's mission. So for me, in order to, I guess, achieve my personal bliss, I have to be doing work that I feel like is meaningful to me. That's meaningful to me, but also makes a difference in other people's lives. So for you, what is it like? Is it work, that you're doing that gives you a sense of meaning? Is it family that gives you a sense of meaning? Or maybe it's a combination of both of them. Of course, as a mom, I also have, derive a lot of meaning in my life from my kids, my husband, my family life, because that's like the other half of me, is being a mom. But for me, I discovered pretty early on in my journey into motherhood that being a mom wasn't going to be enough for me. That wasn't going to get me to my personal bliss. It was actually having the opposite effect, because I felt this calling, this pulling to do something more. And I was really frustrated when I didn't know what that something more was. So I dabbled like a lot of moms do, or I tried, finding my personal bliss and meaning through volunteerism and, all the various projects, being involved in the school and all these different things. And it wasn't it. So, I think part of finding your personal bliss is getting really clear on what it is that's meaningful to you. Getting really clear on what your values are and what you stand for and what matters in your life. Now, when you're an entrepreneur also, those things are even more critical, because without being really clear on what matters most in your life, work can take over everything, all the parts of your life. You can go into like overwork mode and then get to a situation where you resent your business, or you're, stressed out or overwhelmed or angry all the time because you don't have the pieces installed, I should say, I guess, as part of your life. You're not doing enough of what actually matters most to you, whatever that is. And that's exactly why I put together this Summer Bliss Business Challenge, because in order to be happy, in order to feel fulfilled, in order to, be in business for yourself and do the work that you want to do in the world, and also have great relationships with your family, you need a balance. And there needs to be both parts in your schedule and in your day-to-day activities. So, I would love for you, I'll just say right now, I'd love for you to join me in the Summer Bliss Business Challenge. If you want me to send you the link to how to sign up, registration has just opened up. You can type the word Bliss in the comments below. That's, let me type it up here for you. BLISS. Just type Bliss in the comments below here on Facebook, and you will get sent a message with the link to sign up for the Summer Bliss Business Challenge. And I'll tell you real quick what it is. It runs, well, first of all, it runs from June 12th, starting June 12th for 7 days. And it's really a, step-by-step process that I take you through in order to, not only, to essentially create your 60-day plan. That's exactly what you're going to walk away with, is your personal 60-day plan for growing your business over summer, as well as having a ton of fun with your family. Because there's, work is unfulfilling if it doesn't come with the personal fulfillment of spending, if you have a family, of spending time with your family or doing the things that matter most to you. And if your calendar is full up with family things, you may be feeling really anxious about not having enough time to work, especially over summer when schedules can be irregular with kids out of school and vacations and visitors and all these things that happen during summer. So I've created the Summer Bliss Business Challenge to help you with all of that, so that you walk away with your personal action plan to get you through summer, and you can have the most profitable summer and the most fun this summer that you've hopefully ever had. So let me leave you with this thought about bliss. Bliss is really a state of mind. I'm sure you've heard that. It's a perspective, but it's a perspective shift that is supported by the actions that you take in your life to align your life, the activities that you do in your life, the way you express your set of values in your life, but with the actions that you take in work and in your family relationships, is supported by all of those actions. And, the key, I think, really to finding your personal bliss is to make sure all of those different parts of your life are aligned with what matters most to you. And that you feel is, you're doing these things in a way that have meaning. So those are my thoughts today that I wanted to share on finding your personal bliss. I hope, it triggered something in your mind or you had an aha moment. I would love to hear your comments in the section below. And if you thought that this was insightful and you can think of a couple of friends who could maybe use a little bit of inspiration today, please do share the video. I would be honored if you did that. So I wish you an amazing Thursday night, and I will see you again on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for your practical business strategies to help you grow your business and really prosper and thrive doing the work you love. So until then, take care and always shine brilliantly. Bye-bye.